Acting Secretary of the Navy Hung Cao, sir, one of your biggest missions since taking the helm over there has been to make sure that those who are coming home but not really coming home are making sure that they have a better life.
Yes, it is. I mean, it's just one of those things, like you said earlier, too many of them have taken their own lives, and we've got to make a stop.
Yeah. Sir, obviously this is a huge day for anybody who's served in the military. We've all lost people. What's your message to most of America that says, may not understand, they may appreciate it, but they may not really understand the gravity today?
Again, I know what it's like to wake up one day without a flag to stand under or a country to call my own, and that's why I was never going to let that happen to my children or your children or our grandchildren. And so that's why I spent my entire adult life fighting for this country, because I don't want us to lose, what we are as a nation. But we lost a lot of people doing that, fighting for that freedom. People you and I fought alongside with, and now my son, I commissioned him as an officer, a second lieutenant in the Marine Corps this past Friday from the Naval Academy.
Congratulations.
And I signed his commission. It's just weird that 30 years after I graduated, I signed his commission. But it's not lost on me that today, as I was at Arlington National Cemetery, that he might be going into battle and he may not come back like some of our friends.
Yeah, it's actually, sir, something always I've wondered about. Like, obviously, my grandparents were both served in the military. My parents didn't. I can't imagine. People ask me all the time, would you want your child to serve? And I say, yeah, of course. But I mean, sitting on the other end of it's kind of a different story, huh?
It is. And I'll be honest with you, a few years ago when he was going to go in, enter the Naval Academy, I said, son, it's not the same military I went in. And he said, Dad, if I don't do it, then who will? And right then and there, I knew he was doing it for the right reason, and it's for this country.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the question, is it is a volunteer military for that, that reason. And if not me, then who? One of the big things now I got to get your take on is the blockade, the naval blockade. I mean, we are experiencing one of the biggest uses of the U.S. Navy in the history of our country since, we bailed out the U.K. that was losing ships 8-1 against the German U-boats in the 40s. I mean, to be at the helm of something like this has got to be an immense responsibility for you, sir.
It is. And again, this is the difference between my job and Secretary Hegseth. He's the one that coordinates all the wars and the battles and the combat power. My job is to make sure we're organized, trained, and equipped and ready to support the Secretary. And so as the USS Ford was coming back and the entire battle group, they did that 11-month deployment, which is the longest since Vietnam. I flew out there to meet them and rode them back for a day, just to look them in the eyes and say, hey, listen, when you get back, you've been through a lot. Don't give up on yourself, right? I mean, that's the warrior ethos. You don't give up on your team, you don't give up on your country, and you definitely don't give up on yourself. And so I just want to make sure that they get the help they need in order to continue on for the fight, because our country needs them.
Yeah, well, you had mentioned something. You put out a magnificent video that I would encourage everybody to go to your X feed and watch, which is, about the hidden scars. And guys coming back, like, we're big badass dudes that go to war and we come back. And like you said in that video, a lot of guys won't seek the help because they view it as weakness.
No, you're absolutely right. It's actually, my wife was the one that pushed me for it, because I did get TBI, I got blown up a couple times. And of course, I got hit on it during the campaign. They're like, where's your Purple Heart? Like, just because you got blown up in the Humvee or, I'm sorry, an MRAP or something like that doesn't mean you get a Purple Heart, but whatever. They'll never understand that. And it's the scars that you can't see. And those are the things that we deal with all the time. And as an EOD tech, going in there and defusing bombs, and not only that, having to do the exploitation, so pulling out pieces and parts from human being, like remains of human beings, you're seeing things that you should never ever have to see in your life. Yeah. And so that happened to a lot of my fellow EOD techs as well.
Yeah, well, one of my close friends, Tyler Trahan, was our EOD guy. Lost him in Fallujah in 2009 to a roadside bomb that he was defusing for us. So I totally feel it, sir. Anything?
I think it was the day before his birthday, too, because I talked to him a couple of days before that, Carl.
Yeah, it was literally 3 days before his birthday. It was just unbelievable that these things happen and these great men, lose their. But that's what today is for, sir. Hung Cao, Secretary of the Navy, acting. We appreciate you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, Carl.
All right.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.